Hey everybody, welcome back to the Average Employee Podcast. I'm your host, Al, and it's time to clock in.
Oh,
I'm back.
Fuck, I forgot to clock in. Hold up.
Okay.
I'm always on time.
I was late today.
I just want to say welcome to the YouTube version. So this time around, we got some video going. Yeah, so say what's up to the camera, guys.
I didn't even realize.
Hello, camera.
Justin, you're able to clock in?
Clocked in for every minute.
Okay.
We good. Let's
Okay.
go.
If it's off by a couple minutes, like
You're docking
I'll
off your
adjust.
pay.
I'll adjust it. It's okay.
Oh, he
Yeah,
just
you the man.
That's a nice
But-
manager.
Welcome back
That
again
is nice.
to the Average Employee Podcast. I'm your host, Al, and now we're all clocked in. I'm back again here with the three J's. Got Jace,
Yeah.
Justin, and Jared.
Yo,
And then, we always accompanied by the little boy Choji. He's just chilling right here.
no bone today. Huh?
Yeah. No, oh, fuck. Don't have a bone.
Thank God, because it smelled like eggs.
Eggs.
We actually been transitioning him to, like, plastic, like the safe-to-eat plastic chew toys. That doesn't sound that safe when I say
When
it
you
like
say
that.
it out loud, that sounds like the least safe thing for your
to
dog.
eat plastic.
You know?
Nice. Now we're just out here
Doesn't
eating
doesn't
nylon.
help at all. It's nylon.
That's what we give bricks.
Nylon toys.
Nylons?
It's
He's wearing nylons.
He's wearing nylons?
yeah.
How's he fit around his legs? Okay. So, how'd you guys feel about the last two pods? It's episode 3. How you feeling?
We going strong.
I don't know why you guys let me talk. I sound so nasally on
What do
this
you mean?
microphone.
I don't know how to adjust that in post,
You're supposed to edit to make me sound good.
but you already sound good. So what I hear, I can't change how you think about how you hear,
I sound
how
like
you sound.
Squidward.
Al only edits
SpongeBob.
himself.
You do sound like
You
Squidward.
sound like Squidward.
No, you don't. I'm kidding. That's messed up.
Now I'm going to be hearing Squidward the whole night.
SpongeBob.
Patrick.
I think it's been pretty
Technique.
cool. I actually had
Squidward.
had
Technique.
someone reach out and was like, "Yo, you doing a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, we're just doing a nice little group thing. It's dope. Check it out."
No,
It's someone that's actually doing a podcast too. So I was like, I should check yours out. If you're
Yeah,
checking mine out,
Show the love.
checking
Yeah.
ours out.
No, I agree.
Why not?
I have enjoyed it too. Aside from my own insecurities, I think it's great.
Yeah, we can talk about that off pod. Or on pod.
I guess so.
So what you guys been up to this past week?
Work.
Working.
Yeah, just being average employees.
Saw Doctor Strange.
Oh
Yeah. We're gonna get into that later in the pod. What about you, Justin? How's your clinicals? Are they still rotating?
Yeah,
busy
my rotating clinicals have been doing good. I actually did something pretty dope today.
Hold on, before we get
You
into
pulled a
that,
900?
I'm digging your pants
Oh,
right now.
no.
What are those pants?
Feel me? Old Navy.
Old Navy.
Dude, Old Navy, 100% underrated.
I'm
Oh.
fucking with those pants.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
a pants guy. Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good.
Nice pants.
I observed a surgery today.
Oh, sick.
That sounds wild.
Was it like a penis enlargement or like breast reduction?
You went
Nah,
straight
man.
Rather-
straight
This is probably
for
something serious, dude.
It's like, no?
Heart
Yes.
transplant.
I'll
Yeah.
take it. That's
the
not
guy
what it was.
just didn't want a bigger dick. I mean,
Sometimes it's a problem, man.
so
Size, guys.
Very nice.
it's not about the size.
Justin doesn't have that problem. But
Yeah.
we'll move on past that.
Moving on. My mom listens to this shit.
Oh God.
Hey, funny thing
Sorry.
Hi,
is,
Lynn.
hey, funny thing is, she was just telling me earlier. She was like, "God, I can't tell the difference between Jared and Jace's voice. I get so confused." And I'm
Now
like,
you can
"Really?
see us.
Now you can see us.
Really?
We get that often. Our grandparents don't know who they're talking to when they're on the phone with us.
Is that Jace? Is that Jared? Just
They
assuming
know
that they
it's
have a
me
thick
when I
Filipino
call them.
They
accent.
never know it's me. That's fine.
My heart's just internally broken.
Anyways, moving on to the surgery. It was a total knee replacement. So shit was wild, man.
Knee replacement.
Total knee replacement. So the person had severe osteoporosis. So knee was just all jacked up. So it was pretty cool. Saw them cut the whole leg down, or cut the whole knee and they basically just exposed the whole knee. Like the knee was bent like this. I was like kind of in front, and it was just out. So think of
Saw
just
the
your
bone?
knee out. It was pretty dope. Um,
Tell the bone.
Sounds
Yeah.
super intense.
Yeah.
Sounds really intense.
And the doc was really cool, man. He was like, "Oh, you see this?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That's the ACL." He's like, "All right, I'm getting rid of it," and then just bam, took it out. And I was like, "Oh shit, that person's sports career is
They
done."
banished it to the
Yeah,
shadow
just
realm.
done, just like that. So the wild thing is that for them they had like higher technology stuff, but they have these like devices that they like kind of like screw on, and then it measures out like your cuts for you, so you don't have to make like precise cuts. You just have to put this thing on, and then it makes like yeah. So it's like
Yeah,
it
stencils
gives you
for that.
yeah. So then you just put it on, and then it's like zzz, 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 and then like a piece of bone comes out like already for it. It's pretty wild.
That's tight. Like a
like
vending
chunk of-
machine
chunk
just
of
drops
flesh
it out.
just
Yeah,
falls off.
just chunks of bone coming out, skin.
Goodness.
It's crazy. That doesn't freak you out at all.
I thought watching it going in, I was like, man,
Did you
hope I
drop?
don't pass out. Hope I don't,
That would for
nothing
sure give me-
happens.
yeah.
But, you know, I was like, I'm a man. I can deal with this shit. And then the doc talked to me afterwards, and he knew I was doing physical therapy. And then he was like, yeah, so next time you see a patient coming out of total knee replacement, you know why they're swollen and they're in a lot of pain. I'm like, yeah, because he was like hammering, he was drilling, he was sawing, he was doing hella shit,
God
man.
damn.
It was wild. So
That doesn't sound pleasant.
I
Hey, it's only
commend
the
you for your
better-
courage to be able to watch that. Because
And the guy's knocked out, right? I would hope.
oh yeah,
He's just
completely
like,
out.
yeah, just put lidocaine in there.
Yeah.
You guys have an Advil?
oh my
Just
god.
need some ibuprofen, you know, it'll help this.
I just
My
need
leg.
83 ibuprofen.
But yeah, that was the highlight of my week.
That's tight, man. How much longer do you have your rotation?
My clinically rotation is I finish next week, and then I am
Fuck
all
yeah,
done.
let's go.
Congratulations.
Cue Post Malone song.
Yeah,
We could just sing it. Ready? 3, 2,
harmonize
1.
first.
You gotta go lower. You gotta go
Oh.
lower. We're never gonna get this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
What about you, Jared?
No, just the usual retail stuff. Taking care of customers. I actually had trouble. We had this Canadian customer in, and they had Canadian currency coupon, and we can definitely use it. I just have to, convert it to U.S. dollars and like drain the coupon and all that good stuff. But I had no idea how to do that, so
Google, baby.
I had to buy time. Well, there's at the company I work at, there's a process you got to go through to convert the currency.
Got it. Okay.
So I didn't have access to that.
There's
Like I
not an
literally,
app like that. There's not an
literally
app for
can't
that?
get in there. It's actually an app. It is an app.
Sick.
But so I started to panic. I reached out to one of my regionals. At the end of the day, I kind of knew what to do. Just take down the coupon's number, get access later, give her the converted money. It was like it was a $10 Canadian coupon. I was like, here, I'm just gonna give you $10 to just use today, and you can just keep that and use it a different time. It's just, no, let's do it. Let's do it through the process. And I was like, all right, whatever. So I converted it, and it went from 10 Canadian dollars to was it $7.67 or something like that.
What a champ. They decided to go the less money route.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so
Canadians, they're nice.
I figured it out, and I gave the customer a call. She actually popped right in. I was like, oh shoot, I was just about to call you.
I was
Took care of
waiting.
that. So I now have a 9 a.m. meeting to get me access and all that good stuff, and a walkthrough of how to properly take care of that.
Sick.
Always learning, man. You always
Yeah.
got to be learning
Yep.
something.
Forever
So-
a student. I'm with
Yeah,
that.
man.
Just working, and then Doctor Strange. But we'll talk about that later.
We will talk about that later.
Jace, what about you, brother?
Yeah, just working, going into the studio. Yesterday I had a really bad migraine. I get really bad migraines. So I wasn't in the studio yesterday, but today was good. I literally just came in from work, and tomorrow we have an event at our studio where all of our students have been putting together some like routines. It's a Disney themed event, so everyone's dancing to like a Disney themed song. So everyone's just practicing, and tomorrow's the day. It's kind of like, the closest thing we have to like a recital. So
Are you dressing up?
I am dressing up.
What are you dressing up
I
as?
have a few things. I'm dancing a routine to. There's like a samba version of the song from Jungle Book. Ooh, wanna be just like you. I wanna walk like you. You know that song?
Keep going.
I can't. I'm nervous.
Keep going.
But yeah, I'm dressing in my monkey onesie that you guys
hey.
have seen before.
Since we got the camera, you want to show us a little dance?
You want to see a little dance?
I do.
Do a little dance?
Yeah.
Make a little love?
Yeah.
Get down tonight.
Maybe
There's like
later.
no space in
Maybe
here.
later.
Yeah,
There's
there's
no
like-
space. It's
as you can tell,
it's
there's
a
like-
safety hazard.
You know,
I'm
Sharp
I'm a
corners.
trained professional. I don't want to have anyone get hurt. But no, it's been a good week at work, and we're just getting all of our students ready for that. So that's always a fun thing.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you guys for making the time to get over here, even though it's kind of late right now. It's like what 10, 11. It's like 11, right?
But when you're trying to get
11.
something
It's not too
going, you gotta keep the consistency, right? With
True.
any new thing that you're doing, like the second you lose that momentum, like it's hard to keep it back up, right?
feel
If
that.
we were to skip out today, we'd be like, oh, we'll just wait till next time, and then next time gets pushed back and pushed back and
And
pushed
then it's
back,
next year.
and then it's next year, and then we wouldn't have done another podcast. So
What was that?
it's important when you're starting a new thing. We tell our students too, like if you're gonna get into dancing, like at least doing it once a week is going to be a good way for you to get used to a new hobby or a new habit in your body and your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And then after I think there's like a study about it, like after like 2 to 4 weeks or something of
14 days?
after 14 days of being consistent in
Builds a
something,
habit.
like it builds the habit.
Yeah.
So 30 days? I don't know.
30.
It's
Multiples of 7.
I've read that somewhere, and I've definitely been told that somewhere, and I think that's a great way to just keep yourself on track for anything that you're trying to get into.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I'm with that.
Definitely.
So
What's that?
Disney, you're so.
Oh,
What other?
Oh, well, like what other stuff am I doing? Oh, not like I have some other Disney themed stuff. Like a lot of our students. What I love about working at the studio is that you have so many different walks of life. People come in, just like at all of our workplaces, right? You don't know who's going to come in sometimes, what their interests are, what they're into, and you'd be surprised by what some people are into. I'm also dancing a routine to a Descendants song, which apparently is like a thing in Disney of like all the kids of the villains are pop stars. I don't really know what it is.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, no, it's a thing.
It's
They
called
have
The Descendants.
The Descendants. There's like 3 movies. I did a little bit of research about it. I didn't watch it, but it's a thing.
and
It's
they're
like
the children of the villains.
of the Disney villains like Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook. Yeah,
Ursula.
apparently it's a cool thing. It's like a teens thing, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not super into it, but if my students are into it, I'm into it enough,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Al, did you answer?
My week doesn't sound as eventful as your guys's, but I had like the most adult experience the other day. So like again, I have a dog and I have allergies, so I'm always trying to find a way to keep like the room and the upstairs area clean because downstairs we have like hardwood floors. I spent like 3 hours watching like reviews on vacuums.
Vacuums?
Like yeah, vacuum cleaners.
Is
I-
this for yourself or
Yeah, for myself, just
what
like
you decide to go with?
none of them.
Oh,
So there's a YouTube channel called Vacuum Wars, and like they broke down like this type of vacuum versus a brushless. Like it was. Looking back at it, I was like, I would never think that I'd be watching a YouTube video reviewing a vacuum and comparing it to a vacuum that I still don't know anything about.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm gonna get this vacuum.
So
But
you didn't get a vacuum yet?
I did not.
you
I'm
should
still
get the one that's like a ball and it rolls.
the Dyson one.
Yeah, see, you did your research.
Well, I have a Dyson. It's just not. It doesn't So I
not
want
hitting
to.
right.
I eventually want to get something that shampoos the carpet because, like,
It's not
That's
hitting
some
right.
heavy duty stuff, though.
bro, but like they make it accessible to us normal people. So like it's like what $160 by Bissell. Just the one number one, the one that I'm looking at, but I'm just like, do I really need this? I kind of just want it.
Yeah, do you really need that?
Well, we talked about
Will
this
it
on
dry
the
the
first
floor?
podcast. When you get into something, you want the best of the best, man.
If I wanted the best of the best, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna buy the $3,000 Dyson, and it's like this big.
Or you get a Roomba.
I think Choji would just attack it.
You never
You
know.
never know.
They might be friends.
We're just gonna go out and have adventures, like
Yeah.
the courageous little toaster. That's-
Or yeah, Courageous Little Toaster, Wally. What was Wally?
He's a garbage compactor.
That's like a
It's
vacuum.
like a Roomba.
Almost.
It had wheels, right?
Yeah.
Wally had wheels.
Yeah, I
Had
think
wheels.
so. Maybe it floated. I don't know.
No, Eva's the one that floated, and then Wally's just like.
Nice.
You could have
Very
any
nice.
Pixar character as a companion. Who would you pick?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph.
He's just so like honest.
It's John C. Riley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just like, I don't want to hurt anybody. Kind of sound like Kermit the Frog, but he's just trying to be friends.
Yeah.
What's that? Is Big Hero part of
Baymax?
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 Wait, Big Hero 6
Yeah.
or Baymax?
Big Hero. No, Baymax.
Baymax is the thing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Baymax is the doctor balloon.
Yeah.
Big Hero 6, he becomes into the robot.
Yeah.
It's like
Big
Batman
Baymax.
and Bruce Wayne.
Both of them.
How about you, Justin?
You said Pixar?
Yeah, Pixar.
Which
Yeah,
one's
I had to think
considered
about- I had to think about
Pixar?
it.
The
I
one
don't
that's
even think
the
Big
one
Hero
that
6
starts
is
the
Pixar,
movie
to be
saying
honest, though.
Pixar.
I think Big Heart. Let's just say Pixar,
Like,
Disney. It's all the same.
Toy
now.
Story stuff?
Yeah, sure. You know,
Sure.
let's fucking go with that.
I'm down with that.
Which will
So-
which,
so-
which toy?
I'm down with that.
You
Give
think
me
it
a
would?
sec.
I think
Give me a sec.
I'd pick Doug from Up, the dog,
Ooh.
Oh,
because
nice.
it's a talking dog. That's fucking dope. You
It's
always
breaking-
want your dog to
That's
talk,
breaking
and he
dog
can.
code.
Oh, is that from Secret Life of Pets?
I don't know.
Because Secret Life of Pets is dope too.
I
The
just see it-
fucking
I see
pig
it
that has all the
time.
tattoos on
I
him.
see it in not TikTok videos, but like those little Instagram shorts.
Oh yeah.
It's like my dog broke dog code and it's like barking, saying where you going or whatever. It's you know.
So
I need
how
to
about,
watch that
interwebs.
movie again.
so how about that answer, Justin?
Thinking between Woody or Slinky.
Okay,
Kinda.
okay,
I
but
was gonna say Woody.
would they be able? Would you be able to interact
Yeah.
with them, or
Yeah.
would it be because they're seeing a human? They
No, you'd be able to
Justin's
interact with them.
coming.
You'd be able to interact with them.
Okay, all right. Just
'Cause
wanted to
I don't
know.
want to pick Doug if I can't hang out with them and talk.
Yeah, I'm not getting in Baymax if you can't do the shit that he can do. The fuck? Let's have a big ass pillow.
I don't need much. I just want someone to hang out with me and tell him that he's distracted by squirrels.
I love you, so squirrel.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool though. I'd like a
It's
talking
talking
pet.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be cool. Or not. You never know. It might not be on your side.
Yeah,
Just evil.
Rat you out or something. I don't know.
He did it.
He did-
Wasn't
he
me.
did.
That took a weird turn. It was so positive, and it went straight negative.
You know, I was thinking, what's that? What's the spy movie where it was dogs versus cats?
yeah.
Have you guys not seen that?
I remember watching it,
That's
but I
an
don't remember
early
the story.
2000s gem right there.
Go ahead, Crystal. Do your thing. Into the interwebs we
Yeah.
go.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see Crystal, but Crystal's going to be our
Fact checker.
fact checker, curator of content for us to reference. She's right here.
She's behind the scenes,
Crystal.
looking up stuff, giving us topics to talk about.
Yeah,
Also known as the lone wolf in Fortnite.
yeah. I'm going here.
Stay with the team.
I'm dying.
Crystal,
I'm
Crystal,
dying.
Wait,
Can
wait.
you come this way?
Choo choo.
I gave her the juju earlier.
Oh,
There you
there we go.
You found it?
I was gonna play a quick part of the trailer.
That looks like an ad.
I know.
I want to say it was like 2002, 2003 maybe.
When you guys see it, you'll know it.
Can I get a year check? Am I right?
The ad's still playing.
Oh.
You know, it was the with those. I think it was like the white fluffy cat was the ruler, or was he? Was he gray? Was he striped?
I think it was
What
white.
was it 2006 or
That's what-
something?
It was actually lower.
Lower?
Yeah.
Oh, really? When was that?
Oh, one.
01? I said 2002 at first.
And they would use the dog houses to like get to their base. No one remembers. Come on,
Oh yeah, it was like a live action.
Yeah, it was a live action.
it was the best live action we had back then.
You weren't seeing dogs and cats get at it like that.
I never watched it, but I always saw the trailer.
And it's a beagle.
We almost got a beagle.
You know,
almost
2001.
one of
Oh, look at that
2002.
Nokia 3390.
I want to say like Secret Agent Cody Banks came out around the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
This is when movies.
Man,
This is
trailers
the last of its time.
Yeah,
trailers aren't
man.
like this anymore.
I'll tell you what, in like the early 2000s, they just made movies. Like they didn't care if you liked it or not.
They just made
They
it.
just made them.
Things were popping out left and right.
Things were popping out left and right. You didn't even know what was coming at you. They just don't make them like that no more. Sometimes you just want a movie that you could just like not give a shit about and just
No expectations.
yeah, no expectations, just like a mindless watch. Now I have to be like 100% locked in when I watch any movie.
That's true. To keep up with the story.
Not wrong.
Yeah. Speaking of movies,
Is it time? Talking
yeah,
about
Doctor,
Nope.
Doctor
It's
Strange.
time. Oh God.
If you haven't, okay, to premise this, if you haven't watched Doctor Strange, pause this pod, watch it,
Go watch it.
then come back and start the pod over. You know,
Then finish it.
Yeah.
help us with those analytics.
Yeah.
Yeah. But everyone's watched it. I was the last one to watch Doctor Strange. I watched it yesterday. Bro,
Is it
shit was sick.
That
Is
movie
it-
jumped off from the get.
is
Straight
it
up.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, or is it Scarlet Witch and the Multiverse of
That's what it
Madness?
felt like.
It
I
was
mean, she was the villain, so
she was the villain.
Mm.
It was crazy. She was straight up murdering folks in
Yeah.
that movie.
It was
She
okay. Was it just me, or like was this movie like the most gory
Yes.
Marvel movie?
Yes.
So there was a lot of things going around on Twitter saying that it shouldn't have been PG-13 and it should have been rated R.
Definitely not. I think with how they portrayed some of the deaths in the movie, that was kind of gruesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was also the first Marvel horror-ish
Yeah.
movie.
They advertised it
they've
as
done.
such before it came
Yeah.
out. It's going to be Marvel's version of a horror film.
Mhm.
Kinda was.
Sam Raimi did a great job.
I mean, but
I'm
what,
down for it.
what was the most gruesome thing that happened that you saw?
Okay, the whole obliteration of the Illuminati, the fact that Black Bolt annihilated his own
Yeah, he
brain,
imploded.
and you
What
hear
mouth?
you hear the splatter as like a sound effect.
The back of his head actually pops open.
I didn't even notice that because I was just
Yeah.
I was appalled by what had happened.
Fucking Professor X
Okay.
literally
Got his
had
neck
his head just ripped off.
Yeah,
This is the fourth time we've had to watch the same exact Professor X die. Like it's not even like a different actor. It's the same one.
It was a
How
fan
much
serv- it was a fan
trauma
service.
do we have to watch the person that we love dearly as like one of the first like Marvel characters we watched in theaters die? Like he's old. Let him get another old guy.
I
Well, I
know.
think he's into it though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
like,
think
I'm
there's
wi-
some loyalty that he has for the character.
That's tight how they
Yeah.
brought in the animated Professor X with the
Yeah,
whole yellow hover
yellow
chair.
stuff.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I really
That was a
liked
good
how Haley Atwell came back to play Captain Carter. That's
Yep.
just a fun thing for her to do.
Yeah.
You know, people loved the
Agent
Agent
Carter
Carter.
series.
Everyone liked her in Captain America.
She looked
I actually
great
did
too.
not.
She
I did
looked
not finish
awesome.
Agent Carter, so
I didn't finish it either, but it's a big hit with a lot of people who are into it.
Yeah.
And I think it was cool to just see her live action kind of kicking ass for a little bit.
And then the way she died
Oh,
She got split in half, my friend.
by her own shield.
It's pretty messed
Hey.
up.
Pretty dope.
Pretty dope.
that was insane. They kind of did. What's his name? Mr. Fantastic.
So
They just
Stretchy man.
they just
Well,
stretched.
one, it
he
was
had
just
the
dope to
weakest
see.
death
Well,
out of all of them.
Yeah,
but-
stretched to the
yeah,
limit.
that's what you gotta do, right? I mean,
But how did you like?
why not?
How did you like the way he looked, and how did you like his acting? Because a lot of people don't like his acting.
Marvel, if you're listening, we want John Krasinski back as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think it
That's
was
all I
pretty
want
cool.
now.
Well-
You've given it to us, and this is all that I want for that character now.
I didn't care for his acting. It wasn't the best.
Well, he
Why not?
didn't really get a lot of time.
I think
it
what he-
wasn't the
I
best.
think he got like what
After a
30
couple
lines.
But he looked amazing for him.
I think he looked great.
Yeah.
Like when I look at Mr. Fantastic and think about him, that's what he looked like. I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
a regular degular dude.
I saw like a little side by side comparison pic of like the Reed Richards with like the beard and then John Krasinski next to him. I was like, dude, that was pretty spot on.
Yeah. I had no complaints.
I think it'd be cool to see him come back because this is a fan casting, truthfully, that like people have been posting for
That
a long
was-
time.
So with Wanda the same in that universe, Mordo the same in that universe, is he going to be the same in our universe?
Well, they have this whole thing with like the variants, right? Sometimes they are the same exact person or actor who's carrying the
Mhm.
role, and sometimes with Spider-Man, it was 3 totally different dudes, right?
Correct.
So they've kind of were pretty smart about leaving it pretty open-ended to what they can do because even if we have expectations, they can break that as well.
Yeah.
So they have the element of surprise.
Yeah,
Are you talking about,
I
like-
don't think we see them back. I don't think John Krasinski comes back.
I hope so.
I hope he does, but I don't think he will.
I think it was definitely a fan service. Like, yo, you guys wanted it. Here you go, and goodbye.
It was-
Stop
It's
asking
probably
us.
like a temperature check. Like asking if should Marvel do
Yeah.
redo a Fantastic Four?
No, they're already doing it. I think it's more of
Like
like
legitimately, not like
yeah, it's coming
Let's
out
go
in
to
like
space.
2024, I think. But I think it was more like, all right, let's do it and see how people react. Should we make, because he's supposed to be the main guy. He's supposed to be what, like the Tony Stark, right? He's going to be the main guy for the next while.
the
Maybe
smartest
main
people are, like-
smartest guy.
yeah. So it's Tony Stark, Mr. Fantastic, and the Hulk are like the 3 smartest people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the science bros.
Yeah.
Sure, he's smart.
But Shuri,
Shuri is
I don't
very
know.
smart. She's probably smarter than all of them.
Yeah,
Shuri's-
and she
Shuri-
gets
Shuri
technology
is
that no one has.
actually, I think, supposed to be the smartest in like everything.
Yeah, I mean, she
Technic-
was the only one that they could bring the Mind Stone to try and even think
Get
about
rid of
taking
it.
it off of Vision. No one
Yeah.
else had any of the thought or technology to be able to do that. She's like, yeah, I could do that if I have time. She didn't have time.
No, no, definitely
sure
not.
She didn't have time.
She
but
would have had more
tried.
time if fucking Wanda was down there fighting, but they kept her up there.
Why did we keep her up there the whole time?
Where was she the whole time? But you know what we haven't seen? An actual Mark Ruffalo Hulk movie.
Well, it's because the other Hulk movies have bombed so much.
Yeah.
Well, it's Mark Ruffalo.
But do you really
I
think he
thought
could
they were
carry
working.
a
I
whole
thought they were
movie?
working on something.
What?
Do you really think he
Thought they
could
were supposed
carry
to
a
do,
whole
like,
movie?
I think so.
World War Hulk.
Like they could do a movie of him from Age of Ultron, like him leaving.
Him leaving though was him going to
Sakara.
Sakara.
Yeah,
right
then
there.
talk about that because we don't know how long the Hulk has
That's
been there.
true.
So that's, I
2 years.
thought it was supposed
Okay,
to be
alright.
something about like
goes
World
that.
War Hulk.
Well, I just remember him saying it. I was like, I've been Hulk
But-
for 2 years, I think, right? Is that what he said?
I don't know.
I don't
but
know.
think
I'm
it
still
was,
mad about how they portrayed Hulk in Ragnarok because in the comics, Hulk acts completely different, and the way Hulk acted there is
Care to-
not how
care to
it's supposed to
elaborate?
be. So for the comics, he basically says all right, so in Ragnarok he's like, no, Hulk like it here, Hulk likes this, Hulk like that. Like
Hmm.
he doesn't like it. They try to capture him in Sakaar. He ends up building like this whole army and like destroys everything.
Oh.
He
And
leads the revolution.
yeah, that's kind of like what it is. It's like a revolution that he makes because he's Hulk and he just Meek and Korg and all of them help him.
Cool.
Oh.
So
Everyone likes Korg.
that's why like
Hey man.
I kind of hate how they portray him because that's not how he's supposed to be.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
So
I don't think
it was
we'll-
still a great movie. I loved it.
I
but
don't think we'll see a solo Hulk film.
Man.
doubtful. If we haven't gotten it yet, I don't think we're getting one.
Watch, it's like the
Well, they're
Phase
already
5.
gonna try and. I don't. Did they cancel She-Hulk? Is that still happening?
So She-Hulk
Got pushed.
got pushed
pushed
back because they started making it and they were like, "This isn't good." So I
'cause
don't
they
know
would have
what
to talk
happened
about
with it.
Planet Hulk, right? Because that's where She-Hulk's from.
No, she's in the comics. She's actually Bruce Banner's like cousin or something, and she gets some sort of disease where she needs a blood transfusion. And Bruce Banner was the only one who could, but he was like, "Oh, by the way, I got this like gamma radiation," and then it makes her She-Hulk. when she gets the blood. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but Jared, Jason, Justin are like big Marvel fans and know a lot of stuff, and I just play catch up.
We don't claim to know everything. This is just what we think.
It's kind of like they like at least
We
for
don't
me.
know.
What we're saying is what
shit.
we know.
Yeah, and if we're wrong, please feel free to let us know.
Yeah,
Or don't, because we just like to talk
Yeah.
about it.
But if you prove us wrong, don't be a dick about it.
true.
You know what I mean?
It
feel
was 2.5 years. I looked it up.
Oh, see, where's it? Our fact checker's gone.
Yeah, so I had to look. It's okay.
She's on break.
Oh yeah, on that topic,
Yeah.
remember one last podcast how we were talking about the story on how we met?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kiani was
She had
like,
some input.
yeah, she was like, that is definitely not how you guys met. And I was like, oh, all right. So when we get here on the podcast, we will have her tell us the actual story because
We're always drunk.
Yeah. Yeah. Funny thing about alcohol is that
you don't remember
You
shit.
don't remember a lot.
yeah, it's a true thing. True story from what we remember. But I know to kind of just switch gears a little bit, Jace, I know you mentioned like last podcast, or I think it was like before the podcast, like talking about like the concept of faking it till you make it.
Oh yeah.
Now, do you believe in that statement? Like, do you feel like that's something that holds true, or do you think that's something that 100% doesn't work?
100%, I believe in it. I think when it comes to anything, if you're trying to sell something, teach something, whatever it is, what you say and the conviction you put behind it is
Gotcha.
almost everything. Because you may not have all the facts on everything that you're trying to say, but if you really believe in something
Right.
and you put that forward, that's not really like faking it. But if you don't know all the information, of course, you gotta kind of fill in the blanks a little bit somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, with what I do, like, I can't ever say that I have mastered dancing. Like, that's just an impossible statement.
Yeah, that's fair.
So if I ever encounter something within like a pattern, a technique, or a movement that maybe I'm not 100% about, I have to just be confident and clear about how I feel about it and what I feel like how it should be done. And I have to push that forward, right? So, and then once I get the correct information, then I can go back and say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead, let's try this again, but I want to try it a little bit differently this time. And it should happen with anything with, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really in like retail sales or anything, but like you want to tell people like, hey, I'm pretty, I want to find what you're looking for or whatever it is. I mean, you can't fake it if you don't have it, right? But you can definitely let them know like, hey, I think that's a great, that's a great choice. Let me go see what I can do about that. Something like that.
I'm with that.
But you have to have conviction behind anything that you want to push forward. I
Yeah, it's
think.
all about the confidence, right?
Yeah, it's about more of a confidence statement than it is like just make shit up. Like, don't just make it up and then not be able to back up anything else
Yeah,
afterwards.
I think that's where the common misconception of that concept of faking it till you make it.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. It's really more for me. It's like if I don't know something, but I know what it's gonna do for them or how well it'll turn out, I'm gonna try and push that agenda forward as much as I can.
Gotcha. I feel
Yeah.
that. What about in your field, Justin?
For school, the first thing that the graduating class above me said for going out on your clinical rotation was fake it till you make it, because a lot of it has to do with your interacting with patients, right? I'm a student. I don't know shit.
Yeah.
So when you're with them and you're out here trying to teach them exercises or give them a reason behind why you're doing this exercise and you're not delivering it with a purpose and you're just like, oh, I guess we can just do some leg extensions. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Like, are we doing them or not? Like, come on. But instead, if you're like, all right, we're going to do these leg extensions, I want you to do 20 times. Okay. Oh, okay. Like, you have to give them this confidence in you to be able to trust you. That's what a lot of like therapy is. It's trust.
Right.
And they have to trust me. And again, I don't know shit. I mean, I know a lot. I might not know the specific answer, like what Jace was saying.
Yeah.
But I have this basis of knowledge where I can give you an answer or something between the knowledge that I've learned. It
Mhm.
might not be the specific answer that you were looking for, but I can be like, give you this thing, and you'd be like, all right, well, that kind of makes sense. So that. But if I'm like out here, like, I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say.
Maybe raise
Then,
your leg.
yeah, maybe this
Maybe-
can help you. Maybe walking is good
Yeah.
for you.
And
Yeah.
here's the
But-
thing with like, if you had like a pilot, right, and it was their first flight, and they're like, "All right, guys, well, we'll just see how this landing goes." Like, you
This-
don't want to hear that.
You're like, oh, all right. Captain is speaking. This is my first flight, guys. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I am by myself in here, so
I'm still trying to figure out how to start the plane.
does anybody know the on button to this thing?
Like, you that's not what you want to hear from them. Like, you would never know it's a pilot's first flight because they're not going to tell you that,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They want you to feel safe.
Yeah, he is going to fake it,
Yeah.
and until he actually has a question or something.
And they have hours
Yeah.
and probably years of practice before they actually
And
fly a
test
commercial
flights, I would
flight,
I
right?
would hope
but like,
so.
Well,
even still, showtime is different than practice, right? So-
True.
I just saw like a what was it Now This article.
hmm
You guys see that on
I've seen that.
So this plane, the pilot passed out or was
Incapacitated.
Incapacitated.
Good word.
So
Oh, so he can't poop.
a passenger,
No, it's that's constipated.
My
a
bad. Keep going.
passenger
That means he's
landed
afraid
the
of Santa
plane
Claus.
That's what it was.
that had zero flight experience.
Yeah, and then he's talking to the flight
That
control.
was talking to the flight
The guy's incapacitated. I have no clue what I'm doing.
control. Do you know how scary that would be? God damn!
Did
Would you
anyone
be
on the flight know?
I think everyone knew.
Oh,
Would you
that's
be fr-
terrifying?
I'm
would
sure.
would
I
you
mean,
be
we'd have to look
freaking
it up.
out?
I'd be freaking out.
I want to know how he got into the room because, like, isn't that?
It's like
Supposed to be
locked or
some kind of
something?
locked, right?
Yeah, isn't it supposed to be locked from the inside? Where
Maybe
like
they can lock it or.
But there's supposed to be two pilots, isn't there?
There's supposed to be a co-pilot, yeah.
maybe they both passed out.
Unless it was like a smaller plane.
It
doing-
was the
just doing
co-pilot's first
whippets.
day.
Just doing whippets and just pass out.
But yeah, you gotta fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things that you can put behind that.
It sounds like the common theme is not really faking it.
Yeah,
It's just
of
having
course.
confidence, right?
It's just a more fun, catchy phrase to.
It's a more, it's a more crowd pleasing phrase.
Yeah, it rolls off the tongue.
Confidence is key. No, John, we don't like that.
better. No.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah, there you
Fake
go.
it.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, because in my field, like faking it till you make it 100% does not work. But like from what you guys said, being confident in what you're saying
Yeah.
works. So yeah, I agree and disagree with the statement, but I agree with how you guys explained it.
Yeah. How about for you,
Sick.
Jared? You got anything like that?
I mean, yeah, sure. You know, when I first got to this newest role in customer service, there's a lot of different processes
Yeah,
and
definitely.
different areas of access that I have no idea that I have access to, and so there's times where problems, occur, and I just got to keep a straight face and tell the customer in front of me that I'll be right back. We're definitely gonna take care of this. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
How long it's gonna take? Like 5 minutes.
In the back,
Give-
he's like,
give
what
me a
the
moment.
fuck do I do, guys?
I'm in the back, like going through all the manuals, like just
Yeah, just gotta
checking
find
through
these
all the
answers.
different guides, trying to figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do for this. And
Yeah.
for the most part, I usually get it done.
I think-
And of course, I do have like the resources to reach out to, but
Yeah.
I make sure that the customer doesn't feel like, oh shoot, like who's this noob?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
Exactly. The
That's
big,
like confidence.
the
supposed
big
to
part
be
of it
the,
is just not letting them
manager.
know that you're panicking
Yeah.
Right.
inside.
Oh,
You know-
oh,
Yeah,
100%.
panicking or not know what you're doing because
Yeah.
people sense the fear
They
and
can
then they
smell
were
it.
just going to just
Oh, yeah.
keep
Yeah,
getting
they're gonna
at
eat
you.
at that fear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So whenever you're working in with any type of client or customer, like what you said, it's like building trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you see the person in front, if you see the pilot freaking out before he lands a plane, you're not ever going to want to ride with that pilot again.
He just has
right?
a rosary in his hand.
Or a
That
plane
would
in
freak me
general.
out. But yeah, it's more about keeping like a solid professionalism in front of the people that you're working with or for.
Yeah, having that composure because like every
Yeah.
day's a different day. Every customer is different that's in front of you. Yeah, we might see like a steady string of a certain type of customer,
Yeah.
but like it's like what Forrest Gump says. Life's like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get.
Or, like on the other side of it, right? If you're going into work and maybe you haven't had the best start to your day, you don't want to show that to your team members or your clients.
Yeah.
Because that, energy transference is real, right? If you have negative energy, it's easier for that to rub off on someone else, as opposed to if you can have a little bit of positive energy, it actually helps give that to other people, and you receive that from other people as well, right?
Yeah. Would you apply the same concept, like, in life and like outside of the workspace? Kind of like what I'm saying is like, would you always look at everything in such a positive manner, or would you like hold things at a realistic manner? Kind of like the phrase like keeping your head in the clouds,
Yeah.
or like the other side of that coin, keeping yourself grounded.
I think it depends on the
I
situation.
think definitely depends on the situation.
If you were to-
and-
if you
and
were
who
to
you
s-
are to your core,
100%.
right?
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm try to stay positive, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, everything's bad.
Nothing's working.
Nothing's working. But yeah, I think if you can apply that to just everyday life outside of work, it certainly could be helpful.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's got their own, like, you have your personal, like, on your own time self, and then you have professional self.
Right.
Right? So it just depends where that separation is for you as a person, I think.
Okay, I like that.
For me personally, I don't know.
I try to be more realistic with the situations and outcomes and everything like that. When thinking of actual situations, you actually have to think of, like, sometimes if you're going into a situation that you don't know is very good, right? Or can have a bad outcome, you have to prepare for the worst.
Right.
You hope for the best,
But prepare for the worst.
but you have to prepare for the worst.
Mhm.
So that's, to me, I try to be more realistic, because if you're just out here like, oh, everything's going to be good, and then it's not, you're not ready for it, then
Kind of just dug yourself a hole.
yeah, I mean, it could be like things that can happen for like over a long time, like not something that just happens like right away, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
If it's
right.
something that can like build up, like you have to be, all right, I know this is coming up, or like a test or anything like that. You didn't study very much. Oh, I'm gonna hope for the best, but I'm gonna prepare
luck.
for the worst.
Yeah.
Like
Just
kind of-
managing expectations pretty
Yeah,
much. Instead of
yeah.
saying like, I'm going to do great. Didn't study a lick of the material.
Yeah, and then if you fail, then
How
what?
did I fail? I chose every answer was C.
When in doubt, go with C.
That's true.
What, no, when in
That's-
doubt,
that was
no.
the thing, right?
when in doubt, whip it out. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah, oh, yeah.
you can also pick C.
So you
Yeah.
picked D?
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
D's
Did
nuts.
I get? Oh,
Got it.
shit. I didn't see that coming. And neither did she.
Heyo.
That's assault.
That's assault, brother.
I don't condone that. It was just a joke, guys.
Yeah. I got a joke. How do you fix a broken pumpkin?
How do you fix a broken pumpkin?
How do you do that?
With a pumpkin patch?
Is that your first?
And so
Dog
we
dat-
just want to thank you guys for being here.
Thank you guys
Catch
so much
you on the
for
next episode.
That's my 15-minute set. Thank you very much.
I'm kidding. I think that was hilarious.
Your
Pumpkin
first
patch.
dog dad joke?
That was nice.
Sure.
That was
So
good.
if-
Solid.
And he's
That's-
not even
If
reacting.
That was
that's yours, what's a pirate's favorite letter?
Arr.
You think it's VR. What is B the C?
I'm with that. I love me. I
You
love
have
me a
to,
good
you have to
dad
hit it
joke.
with the
Good.
pirate
These are
voice,
good
though.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Wouldn't
is-
have been the
oh.
same.
Oh yeah. What's the difference? What's the difference between jam and jelly?
What?
I'm not gonna finish the punchline to that. You can subscribe to our OnlyFans for our explicit content, where me and Al. So what was it?
What was the question again?
I thought he was gonna finish the bit.
I can jam my dick down your throat, but I can't jelly it down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa! Now that's
We took a
assault.
turn.
that's. All right, I'll just edit that out or leave it in. I don't know.
I
Pause.
liked it.
Do whatever you want.
Do what you will.
All right. Wow, that was. Woo.
How did we get there?
I don't know.
don't know.
Started with a dad joke and then it ended up into a cock joke.
It's still a dad joke.
Your average employee podcast.
True, true.
Make sure
Humor is
you
subjective, and if you don't laugh, that's okay.
Yeah,
hit that like and subscribe button.
but it's all about like free speech. Whatever you want to say.
You know what? My thing is with comedy or anything that's like jokes. I'm not claiming that we're comedians, but it's just jokes, man. Like
Yeah,
we're
chill
just
out.
kidding around. Like, with all that stuff where like, obviously like the Chris Rock, Will Smith, and then Dave Chappelle got attacked on stage
Oh yeah,
too.
you see that?
That
Yeah, the
motherfucker
jukes.
got whooped.
Yeah.
It's
But-
so okay. It's so funny because like he brought up a toy gun and a toy knife. Like, what were you gonna do?
What'd you expect was gonna happen?
Yeah,
Like it's just jokes, man.
yeah. I don't know what's his name. Israel something. That's like the guy.
Who?
The guy that
Who
went to, I
attacked Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle?
think his name's like Israel something. Whatever. And he just had some mad. I was looking into it. Like he had been hating on Dave Chappelle for like a while, and I think like he's like a homeless dude.
How'd he get in the show?
Yeah,
That's
how
what
do you
I'm
get a
saying.
ticket?
How do you also get on stage?
But no, like
crazy.
you can't get mad at people for doing something that's like an art form. Really,
Right.
free speech and comedy is art form.
And it's not like singling out that specific person. Like he's not like saying that person's name and saying the directed to exactly to that person. It's kind of like those people like at a. Have you ever guys seen those people at like college campuses like Change My Mind or something like that? Like those that have those like very spicy debates, and like people get super like
Yeah.
offended,
People get heated.
and it's just like, why? Like again, like that's they're not saying it in spite or to inflict damage to someone. It's just that's how they feel, right? Like again, like I'm not gonna get upset for the way someone feels about like what's a current topic, like women having the right to abortion. Like I'm not gonna get upset if a woman's like I should have that right. I'm like, okay,
Great,
sick.
your body.
Or I'm also not gonna like get all uppity up if someone's like supporting the KKK. I'm like, all right, cool. That's
I don't support. that.
I don't support it, but I'm just like, all right,
If
that's
that's what
that's
you're
what you
into.
want to do. Like at the end of the day, like people forget like all type of speech is like protected under like the First Amendment, right? And which leads me to this question is, do you feel that hate speech should be protected under the First Amendment, right?
Oh, man, that's rough because I think with anything that's offensive, whether you're joking or not, people can tell how you really feel with your intent with how you say it. Right? Like I could say, I hate this. Or I could be like, I fucking hate this.
Just the one verb.
Whoa.
Like it changes completely. I mean, maybe that's not the best example, but like, for example, like racism, right? Like this is a whole thing. I'm not going to try and get into it because that's just like a hot potato right there. But
Right.
like, if you're going to say any type of racial slur,
I think I think
you shouldn't.
Yeah, if you leave out the racial slurs of it, like
yeah,
like say someone's is debating on, again, I don't support this, but like say like back to the statement of like women should not have the right to an abortion due to like it's killing a life. Do you feel like that type of speech should be protected?
I don't know, man. That's heavy.
Yeah, we don't have to super go into it. It's something that we're talking about in my communications class.
Interesting.
And like it was a paper about it, and like it was about this it was this court case in 2015 where this group in Texas called the Sons of Confederate Veterans wanted like a license plate to represent that. And like the state of Texas turned it down due to like we don't support this.
Mm-hmm.
And like they took it to the Supreme Court, and it still got like turned down, but it's like a freedom of expression. And the way they turned it down was saying that like this is going to give the perception that the government supports this. But the one claim they had was that when you're driving down and you look at someone's license plate and it says I support gay people or I support Blue Lives Matter or whatever, like do you really feel like that's what the government feels, or do you feel like that's what that driver feels?
I don't really know what the government feels about anything. But
I like that answer.
I think everyone, yeah, we don't really know. I mean, even
Right.
if we thought we knew, we probably don't, you
True.
know? But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people should be able to think whatever they want to think,
Right.
but think before you say it because you don't know if the person in front of you is going to feel the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But just so you guys know, like again, like doing more research into it, hate speech is protected under the First Amendment, right? As long as you're not inciting violence, targeting one specific person in the crowd, or inciting violence.
That's the most important part.
So as
Yeah.
long as you're just talking.
Yeah,
And
if
not-
you're just saying your piece and not saying "fuck you," exploited, deleted, racial slur, you're good.
Well, I don't know. Anytime that you have some sort of open forum where you're talking about those types of debates or anything like that, like it's always. I mean, I hope that it's brought under the assumption that it's a safe space for everyone to be able to openly talk about it.
Right.
But the second it doesn't feel safe, I don't blame someone for wanting to leave or acting up if they feel a certain way. If you feel threatened or like if you feel like violence is starting to happen, then you totally have every right to feel however you want to feel about it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I don't know. I'm very much like, do whatever you want. Don't
Yeah.
hit me.
There's a mosh pit. Stay away. I'm
Actually, if
just
you go to a rock show and you're not in the mosh pit, why did you go? You know what I'm saying?
That's one thing.
to listen.
I
to
remember
that
that's
good
That's fair.
music.
We should be all inclusive to all people who go to the concerts. Average Employee Podcast is an all inclusive podcast.
I just feel, freedom of speech is freedom of speech. As long as you're not, there's no action or violence
Right.
going on. Doesn't mean it's right. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Doesn't mean you have to like it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you have to not like it. I think what a problem could be about it is all the different platforms that allow it to be like broadcasted.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Maybe that could be changed. Not that you can't express your freedom of speech, just not on this platform. You know what I mean? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Is that taking away
It's such a
rights?
weird-
Is that,
I think
is that
such a
taking
weird
away rights?
topic.
that's gray area, though, right?
Yeah, it's such a
'Cause
weird
then
topic,
you are
right?
controlling free speech. If you're like, don't say it on this platform, but you could say it on this other platform. That's controlled, right? I don't know. I get what you're saying. Though.
No, that is true. It is controlled.
Weird topic, right?
It's like you go to a certain place to hear what you want to hear, but if you don't hear what you want to hear on somewhere else, you're gonna go to the places that you want to hear that stuff, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
It can't be on the platform. Go make your own platform. You want to go express?
Yeah, make your own podcast. Then
But
you
then
can
they
talk
probably
about
get
whatever
silent.
you want.
They probably get silenced by the whoever. They have to go through the proper channels to even broadcast something.
right.
Yeah, it's like Al looking for vacuums. He will start looking on YouTube, like veering towards ones that he's thinking about buying versus other ones. So it's like you start going off onto a veer of what you are actually looking for versus other things.
As far as like
You know what I'm saying?
content.
Yeah.
Okay. At first, I was like, "Where's he going with this?" I got you.
Trying to tie it back into
Vacuums.
earlier. I don't know.
But
Yeah.
I think that's what makes the internet so beautiful.
Right.
You can find anything on there. The internet's the
Interwebs.
best.
It's too
Yeah.
much.
I don't know. Maybe this is just millennial, like frame of mind. But what would we do without the fucking internet?
Not this podcast.
Not this podcast.
Open a dictionary.
I guess.
Read a book.
Open a map.
Listen, I'm saying like there are people who are like, oh, all you do is go on the internet because the internet has everything.
Right.
Everything I
The
am
internet
looking
does
for,
have
it's there.
If the internet served food, which it kind of does with
It kinda
DoorDash.
does.
Imagine getting somewhere with a map book.
Hey,
maybe
you
it
remember
shouldn't. Maybe it just shouldn't be your main source of
content,
everything in
absorption.
content and absorption into your life. I guess. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
need
go
to
out,
touch.
go
you
out
need
and
to
touch the grass.
You gotta
Go-
go out and touch the
Go
grass.
out and touch the grass.
Gotta go out and touch the grass. I'm not saying spend all your time on the internet, but one of my pet peeves is like when you're sitting around having a conversation, just like we are right now, and we're like, oh man, when did that movie come out? And we're all just like, damn, I don't know. Pull out your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Like, look
Who's
it
gonna
up.
fucking Google
Fucking look that shit up.
Look it up.
All right, my
Because
bad.
it will bother me for the rest of the day, and I will look it up immediately.
I mean, I feel like just technology in that aspect is good. The ability to just pull something up in almost instant time, right? It's pretty convenient.
Right.
but go outside, touch the grass,
Touch the
see the
grass.
sun.
You know, and it comes to the
I
point.
see it through the window.
I see through the window. It's good
Back to
enough.
Valorant.
Let the sun's rays touch you, not through a window.
Yeah, you need those good old UV rays. On
Yeah,
you.
that vitamin D.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm like always inside. I'm not.
I think all of us are
Playing-
inside
playing
dominantly
Fortnite
at
and
work,
Valorant.
or playing video games.
But I opened my window, so
You can feel that fresh breeze.
Yeah.
I
Skin,
go outside
man.
to get in the car to drive to work.
Have to open up the
not a
window.
single blade of grass is touched.
I walk across the
I
grass.
walk across the grass too.
I slide my hand down like Russell Crowe in The Gladiator. And then I go to work.
Then he's like, oh, I gotta wash my hands.
Just touch some shit in the ground. Whose fucking dog was that?
Yeah, I don't know. I think freedom of speech is probably the best freedom we have.
Put that.
If you can't freely express yourself, what can we really do as human beings, you know?
Yeah. We just mosh.
Just watch what you say. Okay.
Whatever you're saying, I don't like it.
Whatever, except you. I don't like what you said.
Watch what you say.
Would you guys go in the mosh pit though?
Yes. And former scene kid and like hardcore scene, like went to a lot of hardcore shows. I was so young and tiny compared to everyone in there, but I got in there. You know, I remember one time I went to a local show when I was living in New Jersey, and it was like a deathcore, grindcore show. I don't know if you guys listen to that type of stuff.
Yeah, where like the bass is just so.
It's intense and it's hardcore. And I remember me and my friends, we got into the mosh pit, and we're like, I was like maybe 8th grade or 9th grade. So I was like 15, 14 maybe at the time. And I remember getting in the mosh pit, and there's these two big guys in there. And it felt like a video game.
This is the
because
boss battle.
They were playing Pong with their bellies and my body. like I was literally being bounced back and forth in this mosh pit between these two big guys. But when you go to the shows, right, and you see the two big guys, there's always two big guys somewhere at the edge of the pit with their hands like this, and they're the guys who are gonna throw you up to do like crowd surfing and stuff. You learn all these things when you go to a whole bunch
Oh,
of shows.
sick. I don't know if they'd launch me up because I'm big.
It'd have
They
to be
would.
both of them be
They
there.
would.
And they're like, you get one leg, I get the other.
I don't know who gets the duty to do that, but they seem like very proud of their position.
I'm with that.
They are a
Like,
catapult.
they know
I
their
am
role.
the catapult.
Yeah, get into a mosh pit once in your life.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I experienced one. Well, I guess it was like a mini
Seriously.
one. I went a couple of months ago. I went to emo night with Lucas, and like we're in a mosh pit, right? And then I'm just throwing bows, and then my elbow makes contact like
Yeah.
hard,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden I turn. It's this short little Asian girl. She's like,
I'm sorry.
girl's like, oh, what are you doing? That's what happens. And then Lucas is like, you fucking hit that bitch.
Well, you get in the pit, you got to know what you're signing up for.
Yeah.
It's not personal. I've
It's
been
like
hit.
freedom of speech.
It's like freedom of speech. Sometimes that is personal.
Nip that right in the butt.
Nip that right in the bud. But no, like there have been times where I've been
Have-
like
have
knocked
you
out
been-
almost.
Have you been in a mosh pit?
So when we were at Coachella one year, I
Who
think it
did
was
they mosh
for,
for at Coachella?
Sounds like a yes.
It
It
was
sounds like it's gonna be a yes.
for Tyler the Creator.
Oh, he does have people mosh at his shows, which is dope.
Bruh, that shit started right in fucking front of me.
Isn't it cool to see it open up though?
Like, I was literally on the outside. So it was me, Kiani, and Martinez. And I was like, oh, fuck, how do I get out of here? How do I get out of this? And then Martinez was like, I need to go mosh. I need to go mosh. And then she goes up. And then she goes up and hits somebody. And then she's like, I'm moshed. I'm moshed.
I moshed.
Yeah,
And
Martinez.
then- yeah.
I
She's
made
like, I tripped
contact.
some dude.
Hell yeah.
And then we dipped.
Well, there's also different types of mosh pits. There's circle pits where everyone's running in a circle, like just pushing each other there. Like that's a fairly chill like mosh pit. But
Like it's a very entry level
yeah,
mosh.
it's still good to get going. And then there's like where people like hardcore dance is what they call it, and they're like literally like swinging their bodies like recklessly all around. And then there's ones where they call it like the wall of death or something like that. I haven't seen it in a long time. Where like a few guys will like open up the pit, and they're typically the biggest guys because they could take the damage, right? They have many HP, so they're there in the middle.
Yeah, the boss
And then,
boss
like,
battles.
yeah, they're like they got boss HP, right? And then there's all these big guys are in the middle, and like the band typically we're like, all right, we're gonna fucking do this wall of death, right? I don't know if it was like that. It's been a long time, But like as
Everyone's
soon as
Wall of death.
yeah, it's like, oh yeah. I don't even remember if that's what it's called, but I've seen it happen before. Where like so all these guys in the middle, and the band will be like, all right, when the breakdown hits, that's when we'll start. And then so the guys are in the middle, and then there's two sides of people like this. And as soon as the breakdown hits, or when they say like "fucking go," like both sides of that, like all the people will rush into the middle and just like slam, like almost like a
Intense game of
like
Red
a
Rover.
Trojan like Spartan war where people are just banging up against each other. It's crazy. I used to be like pretty into that when I was
Would
in,
you
like,
consider this
high
a
school.
healthy way to release anger? Is there any
Sure.
anger in this?
I
Is it
think,
just
I mean, for me personally, no.
okay?
But I think other people, yes. But I think it feels good to just
Sometimes
let
you just
fucking loose, man.
Have you guys ever let out like the biggest scream in your
Yeah.
car?
yes.
Yeah,
Doesn't that feel hella good after?
it feels amazing.
Yeah, just sometimes, even if you're not pissed or frustrated, there's always negative energy in everybody.
You gotta let out all those types of emotions. You gotta let out extreme happiness, extreme sadness, and extreme anger.
Yeah.
I'm in the car singing my heart out. I put the volume all the way up. That's me the happiest, right? Or, I admit it. I get a little cry out here and there. You got to let the cry out, man. Yeah, you got to let those tears fall, buddy.
That's what gravity's for.
Yeah, man. I don't know. That's just me, though.
I'm with that. I support those.
Support that.
Support.
I have not partaken in a mosh pit, and I don't think I would with a sober mind. I think if I was maybe drunk enough, probably. But
I think Jared would just be trying
When,
to fight people.
When
Pulling people that aren't in the mosh pit. You motherfucker, come here.
I'm coming for you. That's personal.
Tyrone might be down.
Oh, for real.
yeah,
If he
that's
sees
fine.
one
Gotta get drunk.
open, it might be Dunskies.
Hey, all I'm saying, it's like one of those things. You got to do it once. You can't knock it till you try it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. I would just pull a charge and get right out of there. I did it, I moshed. I just don't feel the need to get hit for no reason.
Which I get.
You know what I mean? I don't find that to be any
Practice just
kind of.
dodging everything.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, it's not to say that I've been in one in the past 10 years. This is back when I was in like
Yeah,
high school.
no,
You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like if you get hit, you have to like accept the hit,
you do.
and like you can't retaliate. You just
You
have to
can't.
like accept it, and
I'm looking for you, motherfucker.
You know,
like the water boy. 62.
No, you can't take that type of stuff personal, especially if you're going there for that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
You can't take it personal.
probably majority of the people know that that's gonna happen.
No, I think you have every right to be angry, but you can't be personal about it.
Right.
I don't think I'd get mad. You just wouldn't find me near the circle. I'd just be,
No, it's totally fair.
be somewhere else.
Jason's like, where you guys at?
I'd be
We're still at the
I'd
bar.
by the bar.
There was one time when I was at Warped
Not drunk
Tour,
enough.
when that was a thing still. Oh, RIP Warped Tour. But I was standing at the edge of the pit, and this guy, I was just like, at that point, like, I wasn't really trying to get in the pit. I was just watching the show. And this guy was like windmill fisting like towards me, like spinning his whole body went into this. I'll tell you that much right now. And he like overhand like clocked me like right here, and I was like, oh, it was hot out. It was summertime. I was like, oh fuck. Like, I fell back. My friends caught me, and like I was dazed, man. He hit me with all of his might. He got kicked out of the show because if the guy's not in the pit, why are you hitting them?
Yeah.
So he got kicked out of the show, but I had to go to the medical tent and like lay down for a sec because he fucked me up.
And you watch. I can just imagine just watching it. You're like, he's not changing direction. He's still not changing
Yeah, you
direction.
just-
I was so
Watching him
I was
coming
so
directly
enthralled by the
at
band
you.
playing that I wasn't paying attention to what was right here. And before I knew it, there was a fist right in my face.
Yeah, no.
Not for me.
Nah.
Yeah, it happens, man.
I'm down for that.
Shit happens in the pit.
Yeah, man.
Shit happens.
Talk shit, get hit. Except I didn't say anything, and I was very sad about it.
I didn't talk shit.
I didn't say.
I got
anything.
hit though.
Sick.
Alright. We got anything else to talk about?
The one thing that's kind of been on my mind is that I've been itching for like a new tattoo.
Same.
I do want to get
No,
a,
not a
ri-
new
a
tattoo.
rhino beetle.
A rhino beetle.
Yeah, because my favorite animal is a rhino, and I want to get a rhino beetle. I don't know where I'd put it though.
Next to your already rhino.
I don't know. Is that kind of lame though? Like, cause a rhino then a
Yeah,
rhino.
double rhino.
Double rhino. Double horn.
Put it
Maybe
on the other arm.
maybe on the other side.
Yeah, maybe like up here.
Put it on the other arm.
How big do you want it?
No, but I want to finish the sleeve. Like I got so many empty spaces.
But you do have some space, man.
Yeah.
Depends on how big you want it.
Pause.
How many tattoos is enough?
What if it was
tattoos
just
for
on
you?
the rhino?
I think so. The dream amount, right? I want to get my full left arm done. Eventually do half my chest so I could complete this part. My left boob and stuff. And then my full left leg.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'd get though.
That makes sense.
Maybe just a crossword puzzle. I don't know.
I want to go for like a rock star look where everything is tattooed, so I can cover up my
Tatted
shitty
loose.
body.
Your body's fine.
No, I got a belly, but
Okay.
but no, like that's always.
At least
been,
you got
like,
nice hair.
Thank you. That's always been like I want to be able to like. I'll probably end up going on a full sleeve on one of my arms, but like if I were to wear like a big T-shirt, all of it would be covered up, and if I took it off, then you'd be like, oh damn, he's got tattoos and my legs. I don't wear shorts a lot though, so you wouldn't see them. It's just for me.
The battery died on the GoPro.
Video off. Audio on.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, my next one might be probably a portrait of Brixton.
Oh,
We have a good. Have I showed you guys the
Which
picture?
picture would you? Yeah. Well, no, you haven't shown us.
Let's see. I got it right here.
Bricks is a dope dog.
He's a tripedial dog. Is that how you say it? Tripedal?
The tripod.
He's a
If you
three-legged
wanna,
dog.
if you want to see some pictures, follow him on Instagram at Tripod Brixton,
Follow
TripodBrixton.
Yeah, hit that follow.
Yeah.
Follow him.
Amazing
Alright.
content.
So it would be this picture.
Nice.
Oh, such a
Where?
happy boy.
That is a good boy.
I'm thinking exactly,
Oh, on your arm.
probably
Yeah.
right
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
So we can probably like something of like this size, and it'd be like that.
Yeah.
Sick. I'm with that.
So-
Would you want it with the background or just him?
No, it would just be him.
Well, your hair would be the grass.
Yeah, of course. So, because I'm hairy. So, hairy hair
Don't they-
equals grass.
They would shave
They
it.
shave it.
Oh, yeah. But
Oh,
it
yeah,
grows
yeah.
back.
It does grow back.
I've seen it.
Jared?
Yeah, no, I have lots of tattoo plans. Have no idea what I'm gonna get, but I know like, I think it's right arm, starting from the band that I already have, going up towards my shoulder. Half sleeve, left arm, and then I need to finish this tattoo that I have on my chest.
The wolf one.
Eventually, maybe a back tattoo, a couple of leg tattoos here and there.
I'm with that.
We should have Crystal tattoo us while we do a podcast sometime.
Tattoo pot.
All of a sudden,
The one that she did on my leg fucking
Or someone could be getting tattooed
didn't hold.
on the side.
babe, we got to touch this up. Babe,
Like, it didn't hold at all.
Sleep.
I'm all for tattoos, man.
hell yeah. Anything else, guys?
No.
It's gonna be it for this pod. This one was kind of late, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Can't wait to hear you, or can't wait to have you hear us on the next pod. Like always, don't forget to drink water and take your breaks. I'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Cheers.
Yee.